Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Savannah here. Hey guys, it's Michelle here. This is Rachel here, and today we're going to be talking about how to become a professional ballet dancer. This process is very wide and different for everybody. It's not the same, and it's not like a very clear path either. A lot of trial and error, I would say. We're going to be sharing what worked for us, what didn't, and just some tips that we have that could maybe help you. So if there's anyone out there who is getting ready for auditions, watch this video and we'll tell you all the tips and tricks that helped us. My journey has definitely not been easy. If you want to hear more about that, I did a video of my entire dance journey from age 2 all the way until now. It's in 2 parts, so definitely go check that out. One thing that Savannah and I both did was in our senior year, we went to YGP, which is a ballet competition. They have their regionals all over the world. There are ballet company directors that come and watch and judge. That's a really great way to get yourself out there and to get yourself seen. My senior year of high school, I went to YGP and I competed at their finals. That's where you have the best chance. Also at the regionals, there are company directors that are judging that might be looking for someone there. At the finals, I was selected from the director of the school at the Washington Ballet for a full scholarship to their year-round pre-professional training program. I accepted the offer and I went to Washington for a year, and it was such a great experience getting to learn from everyone there and just kind of get a better feel for how professional life works. Sometimes at YGP, they will give full-on company positions. This is more at the finals. Even just going to the regionals is a great way to get yourself out there for company directors to see you. One of the important things that you want to do is to get some very nice, good quality audition shots of yourself. I was fortunate enough to work with Rachel Neville to take my audition photos. She was so helpful. So usually you'd want to take like 4 to 5 shots of your favorite poses, a headshot, and also an arabesque. That's the most common, and I think it's required. I wanted to get a nice jump of me, so I got that. And then I also just got a little leg leaning off. Just trying to get some different photos to like show off different parts and what I'm good at. With your headshot, you want to get a good headshot, a nice clean one, with a nice background, maybe a little bit more than just everyday makeup. We did both hair down and hair up, so we could see which ones we liked better. We got many different looks, more serious, more smiley. We tried everything, and then I picked whatever one I thought was the best. That shoot, I think, took like an hour or 2. It didn't take super long, so that was nice. But we went very slow on getting just the right shot, just the right angles for like every single photo we took. We set up and we'd spend a long time on just one photo because we wanted to get it exactly right. With this photo shoot, you definitely want to take your time. You don't want to be rushed. You want to be in a comfortable atmosphere with people that you feel comfortable with. Going in for your audition photo shoot, definitely have some of your favorite poses in your mind, and make sure you have a nice black leotard, nice tights obviously, nice pointe shoes, other fun leotards, maybe some other fun things to put on. Resumes are super important. If you don't have one already, there's a bunch of templates that you can find online. Here is my resume just for a little reference. I actually started creating my resume when I was younger. When I auditioned for things like Radio City Clara and other movies like The Greatest Showman, I needed a resume. So I started building my resume from when I was very young, which was super helpful because then I already had a base and I could just keep adding to it. So what I would really recommend is starting your resume when you're younger so that you already have a baseline and you can kind of just keep adding along the way. If you don't have a resume, no worries. It is not too late to start putting your resume together. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help from like your parents or a mentor, a dance teacher, anyone, because they're gonna know these types of things well, and they're also gonna know you well. My mom helped me with my resume a lot. She just helped me piece it together. On my resume, first I have my name in bold at the top. Next, you're gonna have things like your height, date of birth, your phone number. You could also put social media handles, like I put my Instagram at the top. You're also gonna put your email, just ways that they can find you and contact you at the top. Also, putting in a headshot is super important. Making sure that your headshot is high quality, good resolution. I got my headshot done by Rachel Neville because she is just the best when it comes to audition photos. So the next line, I listed all my professional and performing experience and opportunities so I can show whoever I'm auditioning for that I have experience and that I'm ready for whatever job I'm auditioning for. On the next line, I have my dance training and instructors. This is super important so they can see where you trained, and then they can also call up your teachers and ask them about you so that they can make sure that you are a good human and someone that'll be easy to work with. Lastly, I just put some awards and honors. There's a lot of ways that you can craft your resume, so just kind of start playing around with it, where you want to space things. There really is no wrong way to do it. You just want to make sure that it's organized and easy and clear to read. When the people behind the audition table are going through these resumes, they don't have a lot of time, so they're basically just scanning. So the things that you want to pop out at them, put those in bold, underline them, make it easy for them to see the things that you want them to see. Another great way to start figuring out what companies you like and seeing if they like you is to start going to summer intensives at companies that you might be interested in. I went to the Pittsburgh Ballet Theater Summer Intensive. I think I was 15, and then I went again when I was 17. You can learn a lot just going to the summer intensive about that company. I really liked the company. I really liked the facility. I really liked the faculty there as well. That's just a great way to get a little bit more of an understanding if it's a company you're definitely interested in. And then from the summer intensive, you can sometimes audition to go to their school year-round. I didn't end up at Pittsburgh Ballet Theater, but going to that summer intensive definitely helped me understand more about the company and helped me know that I really like that company. Also kind of tied to that and along the same lines is if the company that you like has a trainee program or probably have a school, that's something to look into if you're interested in that company, because they get to know you better. You have a much higher chance of getting into the company if you work your way up from either the school or the trainee program, or even better, both. That is how I got into the American Repertory Ballet Company. I went there for 2 years as a trainee. They got to know me, and then I was offered a second company spot. You should still go to open call auditions, but it is much harder to get in that way. Then there is the process of filming an audition video. Now this is a very long process, and a lot of people do not have the best experience filming an audition video. In a way, it's not as scary as a live audition, but then also it's scary because you want to get it perfect. It's very hard to get something perfect on one try. There's always going to be little things that don't happen as good as other takes, and it's hard when you take multiple to try and figure out, well, which one's the best, because there's moments where you're like, oh, but I did better in this video in this spot, and then in another video you're like, oh, but I messed that up in that one, but I did really good in another section. I think eventually you'll get to a point where you're like, all right, I think this is good enough. I had 2 variations that I had in mind. One of my all-time favorite variations is the Odette White Swan variation. I had been practicing that one weeks before I was gonna film it. I had Cynthia Harvey rehearse me for that variation. And then I also pulled out a variation that I had done for YGP like years ago. For most audition videos, you want to have 1 or 2 variations. Then you want to have your bar work, your center work, and then some contemporary work. So that's like the overall structure that you're gonna do. Different companies want different things. Sometimes they want shorter stuff on the bar, sometimes they want right and left at the bar. Sometimes they don't want bar at all. Like, it really depends on which company you're going out to. Make sure you just follow their guidelines, and if they have any specific things they want from the audition video, make sure you check that and you're like, all right, I'll edit that for that one. Also, be prepared to not get all of the footage in one day. I definitely did not film all of my audition materials in one day. The first day I filmed both my variations and my bar. And then a week or two later, my center, that was the last thing I had to film. And at that time I was at JKO, so I was fortunate they let us use the studios. They would give us time slots for when we could film them. And they would also give us a teacher to help us with the video, help film, help choreograph, play the music, things like that. Make sure you wear one of your favorite leotards. Make sure you look clean and nice. I actually wore a little skirt for mine. Some people prefer without. It's whatever you prefer. Also know like your strengths again and cater towards them in the video. Really put in all the best things that you have. Personalize it. So that's all the filming process. Then the editing process, I would recommend putting the music over top of the footage so that you don't hear like point shoe sounds or loud landings or things like that. It's a lot cleaner if you just put the music over top of the audio and turn off the audio on the actual footage. And also make sure the transitions are smooth when you're putting the clips together. I think it's best if you start out with your name. I edited all this on InShot. I love InShot. I posted it onto our YouTube channel and I posted it unlisted. Anyone who you sent the link to could watch the video, but it wasn't public.
When I first sent my audition video, I had the video link as private. This was before we became YouTubers, so we didn't really know much about YouTube. We sent them the private link, and then if you send someone a private link, they can't open it. Huge mistake. Don't do that. Make sure you make it unlisted, then they will be able to click on that link and see your video.
This can be super simple. I just wrote this down in my notes and I basically just wrote out all the companies that I was interested in. For all the ballet dancers out there, I know that you always want to get into like the biggest and best company, but it's also super important to have so many plan Bs because you never know what that company is looking for and if you're going to be the right fit. Write out as many companies as you can find, do your research, put the company that you want to go the most to, put that at the top, and then company that you're not as sure about, that can be more towards the bottom. Putting ABT at the top or New York City Ballet, because it's good to have like big goals and to dream big and to really strive for something big, but it's also important to have a plan B and be open to other companies and just any opportunity that comes your way.
One thing I feel like happens to us as young dancers, we kind of only think about the top companies and, oh, if I don't get into one of those very, very highest level companies, then it's over and I'm a failure. There are so many incredible dancers that have joined smaller, more regional companies. Those companies are thriving as well. They may not be as huge, but they perform a lot. It's just about finding which company you like and what environment you fit in. I feel like when you're in a smaller company versus a bigger company, there's a lot more opportunity for you to do bigger roles and just to dance more in general and be more artistically fulfilled. In bigger companies, it's harder to work your way up and it takes longer. All this to say, I think everyone should go for it. Go for those big companies. But don't get discouraged if you don't get into those ones because it is very rare. Don't feel like the more regional companies are not just as exciting and just as rewarding. Speaking from experience, I have had so many incredible opportunities at American Repertory Ballet, even though it's not maybe the biggest company in the world. I've gotten to do so many incredible roles that I never dreamed I would have the opportunity to do.
Connections are so important in this moment. It's really good to have one of your teachers write a recommendation letter. I was fortunate to have Cynthia Harvey write me a recommendation letter. I was able to send that out to many companies.
My next piece of advice is to attend as many open call auditions as you can. Do your research, find them online, see how many auditions that you can get into. There's also a lot of auditions that you have to submit your audition video material in first before you get into the audition, but there's also a bunch of open call auditions that you can go to. Finding auditions that are near where you are, or if you don't live near any auditions, flying out to like New York City or somewhere where you can get a lot of auditions done at one time. Obviously for me, living really close to New York City was super helpful because a lot of companies come to New York City for their audition tour. Now for audition tips, I would say to be confident, wear something that you feel very comfortable in, and something that looks nice on you. Especially with professional auditions, you can wear whatever you want, so really wear something that is gonna make you feel confident and just ready to take that audition. In auditions, they're really looking at your work ethic. They really wanna see you in the audition, so don't try to be someone else. If you get cut, which everyone does, just don't take it personally. There's so many dancers in the room and there's so many things that they're looking at, so you never really know why they cut you. It's basically just like a free class. I like to think of it that way, to work on my technique and better myself. Just do everything that you can to feel your best. My biggest piece of advice for audition season is to keep an open mind. I know we like to have our goals set in stone of what we think we should do, but really just be open to any opportunity that you get, because you have no idea like where it could lead you and what doors it could open. That is everything I have to say. I wish you all the best of luck during audition season. It can get super hectic, so don't forget to breathe, take care of yourself.
I think you'll be in a really good place. Just don't give up. There's people that have gotten into companies after years and years of auditioning for it, so always keep your head up and always stay hopeful. Anything is possible. You never know when someone's gonna be interested in you.
That is everything for this video. I hope you guys learned something from it and were able to take something from that will help you in your journey. Make sure to like and subscribe because we post every week, and we will see you at the next video. Bye!
So yeah, how do I even say this? One of the important things. So it was, my thoughts are all over the place. I don't think this is gonna go well. I don't understand what I even want to say. I had been practicing. Also, my nails, tragic. I'm gonna get rid of them.
Cause I don't wanna live a lie. Why is my hair so huge on that side? I think I did pretty good on that. That's my advice. Yeah, so I'm eating this up. Also, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to say this. I ate that up.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna get into that, so please stand well. I said that weird. No, not you guys. That sounds weird. Anyway, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. Never mind. That was too scary. Shoot!
I had something to say and I forgot it. It just went poof from my brain. Oh, I remember it. So,
it's so hard to word this right. Help. Yeah, I don't really know how well I did in trying to word that, but anyway, that's the best I could do.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like. That sucked.